Man, I just say everything and everything, anything and everything. Just
Jacob, you got anything?
Oh, we can talk about that 405 bench.
yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that
bro.
first.
Dude, the first do you see the one? Do you see the video on Twitter
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
when I fucking failed the first one? That shit was woo. That shit was brutal, dude. I went down. I go up and literally like get 2 inches off my chest, and like the first time I've ever done it, like closed my eyes and just tried pressing, and missed it, and I was almost gonna not do it again. Like just call it a day. Go. What do I say, Joe? Like a light day Wednesday,
Yeah,
then like 3 6. Basically, try and max again, and like next Friday.
next week or something like that.
Yeah, and Joe was like, "Nah, I'll just rip it again." And
Yeah.
I was like, "All right." So I went like I think a 10-minute rest, and then came back. And
Yeah,
honestly, it moved better than 385 moved
yeah,
when I did that before.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I was like, I saw the first one. I was like, ah, damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
And then I saw the 405, and I was like, that's pretty impressive. You could fail like that and get it out.
yeah.
yeah. And then he ripped two. How many? You got like 23 reps or 225?
I think like 22 reps. Yeah, I think I rested. Well, then we tried 415, and that did not come off my chest. And then I rested like probably 20 minutes, just like typing stuff out on Twitter, and we ripped 225, and I got 22
Yeah.
reps.
So you probably could have gotten a few more reps if it was like. Dude, we totally forgot about that. I
Yeah,
remember I was just like, oh shit, are you gonna do rep 225? And it'd been like 20 minutes. But
yeah. And then tomorrow I gotta tomorrow I think I'm gonna do a lower day, but then I'm gonna max out on see how many pull ups I get,
uh,
and then
uh,
see how much I can get for a 1 rep max on press downs. That was honestly the biggest
yeah,
thing, the press downs, because I went from on our lat pull down machine
Nice.
90 pounds for 1 rep, and then I think I was getting 115 for like 8 last week before I went maxed.
yeah. And the thing about the press downs is that they don't. I used to think like I was kind of like I would always do them, but I was like I don't see how this really helps until. And it's funny because when I thought that, I would always inflame my bicep tendon, or I'd have like pec issues, and I just kind of like bit the bullet and was like, all right, I need to be an arm dominant bencher. And when I started doing that, then I saw like, oh, when the press downs go up, like your bench just goes up. Like James just press downs, like you said, they went up like I do remember when he got 90, and like it was a 1 rep max on the press downs, and then I mean you've done like 120
150.
for reps,
Well,
right?
I hit 115 for like eights.
Yeah, so I don't know what the math would be on that, but it's way higher. So
Yeah. But now we're gonna do fucking Jake. We're getting you. You said you're like 280, 285 bench max.
Yeah, I did 275 for two like 2 weeks ago, and then just did like 275 for like an easy single. So
What was that today?
yeah, today. Is the road noise okay? I'm driving to Houston, so
it's
No, you're
not
good.
that bad.
Yeah.
okay. I got my earbuds in,
All
so
right. I think we're gonna go first day on Wednesday. We're probably gonna go 275 for one. We'll probably go like 245 or 255 for like fives or fours, one of those, and then just kind of build it up from there. You've got
yeah.
like
See, the thing that I noticed with you is like you can strain super well. Like I can't.
yeah.
Like I
Well,
kind of just like fall off. Like that strain was like crazy. I can do it with deadlifts, but I cannot do it with bench.
that's actually interesting because Joe and I were talking about that before. Where um like being able to strain is like 100% a skill that you got to develop. Because like even with the young kids, dude, they can't strain for shit. The second that shit gets heavy, it just falls. Um,
Yeah, so this is interesting. I noticed that like the younger kids they can't strain, and I was benching them with chains
huh?
because the strength curve is like so good for the younger guys. I feel like when you bench them with chains, and they really learn how to strain because they get to their sticking points. There they
Yeah,
can with a little bit of speed, and they're always gonna be super weak at the bottom.
Yeah. No, that is
yeah.
interesting.
The thing that's interesting about straining is that in my time, I've noticed people either miss the reps because of like what James said, like it's because they can't strain and it's like they lack that skill, or um, it also could be because they're like really really fast twitch. Like you ever heard of that guy Fred Hatfield, Doctor Squat?
Yeah.
So that guy would talk about that where it's like, I think it's him too. He would say himself like when he squatted like 1,000 pounds, if you like look at it, you're like, oh, he smoked it. You're like, he's gonna like he could just do like 1,000, 100, and it's like, but he can't though. Like as soon as you load that, it just gets smoked on it, and that's just because like people who are really fast twitch, like they just have such good outputs, and then it'll fall off. And we actually have, I know for sure one kid, and it's really tough. Just like I said, like it's tough knowing like, and then also like is this kid just being really soft? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the other one. It's like, oh yeah, he's a fast twitch machine, or is he just freaking like really soft and he just doesn't want to lift it? But there is one kid that I'm pretty certain is like that. He's not like being soft, but like yeah, differentiating that can be difficult. But generally, when they're little kids, it's just yeah, they just don't know how to strain yet and shit. But
I will
yeah,
say though,
Yeah.
when you fail, like the way we do bench, you just I don't know. I've seen kids like kind of pick up on it pretty quick, like being able to
oh
just
yeah,
fight through the reps. And honestly, the biggest thing is once you get the tricep strength like up a ton, like you kind of that's kind of where the straining comes from.
Yeah, going back to Joe's point, like Carson, that's how he is. He can speed bench a lot more than a lot of people, but it falls off super fast when he goes to max. Hey, he benched
yeah.
285, but 275 will fly. 285 is like just hit a wall.
Well, and then to throw another wrench in there to make it more confusing, someone might say to that, oh, well, like James would be slow twitch, but I would disagree because he only hit like, and yeah, okay, we rested a long time, but a lot of the times with stuff like that, you overestimate like how much of an effect it would be. Like it's not like, oh yeah, you would have gotten 32 reps. It's like maybe he had one more in there, but it's like for his mats, he should have theoretically been able to do more reps at 225. But that's because you got to think he's always doing sets of five, four, lots of threes and twos, sometimes ones. It's like you like people you can really change your muscle fiber composition to a great degree, and like that's probably what happened there. So it's definitely confusing, but like you said, like that kid Carson, I mean, yeah, he fits the profile. Like if he drops off like that, or another thing, me and him talking about this, a completely different topic, but how remember we were talking about running back chains and how like they could
Oh
be
yeah,
like quote unquote super weak, but then they go to like a powerlifting meet and like
that's what I got.
Justin, you ever heard of the name or sorry Jacob of Josh Bryant, Jailhouse Strong?
Yeah, yeah.
This guy told me about this one time where it's like people will be like really elastic or they'll be like yeah like a running back something like that, and they'll like get under a super heavy barbell and like somehow get it just because they're really good at like recruiting motor units and shit like that. But then they're just like not strong in certain movements. James could probably talk more to that, but that could be another thing with that situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got that from I think Jared in one of his podcasts. He's like some of these guys in Georgia, they'll run like 4.5, 4.6 40s, and people will be like they're not strong or like they're just like super fast. But then that's I guess he said like one of those kids would go to like a powerlifting meet and like somehow get like 500 plus on squat, but it's just like the ugliest squat you've ever seen. But he just has the like
Yeah,
raw strength to be able to get the weight up, but not necessarily like the coordination or skill to like squat pretty kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's guys like that. There's a power lifter on Instagram. His name is like Bob Matthews. You guys might have seen him. That dude, and he's like goes to like IPF Worlds. People didn't believe him, but I do because the difference is like with us is we work with high level athletes a lot of the times. Like a lot of these guys in powerlifting gyms, they don't see those kind of genetics because people with those kind of genetics are not powerlifting usually. If they're doing football or baseball or track, so it's like you don't see him, but it's like this kid Bob, he went from like something crazy, bro. It was like a 185 squat to like 550 and then in crazy fast time. Like I want to say like less than a year. And like all he did was just like max out once a week. And people were like, no, 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 like this is fake and he must have taken steroids and I'm just like, probably didn't. Like if you look at him and like he also like jumps super fucking high. It's like he's just probably just built that way to where he could just like hit a match and be like, all right, like I'm gonna go hit that the next time versus like obviously you have a lot of kids who's like, there's no shot they're ever doing that. But yeah, it's definitely possible. There's kids like that. We had one kid today say that he's got freak genetics, but
Who's
I don't think so.
Who said that?
Emilio.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
He was like, I think I'm just gonna use my genetics. I'm like, well, don't. I advise you not to. I'm like, not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's but I mean, yeah, no, like running backs, guys like that, like
Well, there's one kid we got, Jalen. Dude, he ran
yeah,
basketball player. He ran the fastest 40 we've gotten so far. He runs a 4.8 on the Brower, but he squats like according to the ratio. What's he's like supposed to run like a?
I don't nothing good, but like I'll tell you this much. This is what I will say. He's squatting. I mean, now he like hurt his ankle, so who knows? But like before his ankle thing, he was squatting like I think he was at like 215. If I'm being generous, for like 3 or 4 reps, and he did hit like a point .6, but that was after he was starting to get more coordinated with it. But what I will say is, according to the ratio, he needs to be squatting like 315 at like a 6'3",
Yeah.
and he's no fucking shot. If I load 315 on, he's probably gonna die.
Yeah. And he's like 208.
Yeah, he's big. He's
like
strong.
6'4", 208, and runs a 4.8, like legit 4.8 40.
He's just and yeah, and he ran like it was legit too. He ran like a 4.8, 4.82, 4.8, like it was all right there. But it's what when James described it to me, I was like, yeah, no, you're right, because he like you would look at this kid and you'd be like, oh, he's strong. Like he looks strong. He's just not able to like use that strength yet. He's just so like it's with like strength stuff. He's like not coordinated with it, but like I think if because he's doing it with bench. Because right now his ankles hurt, but like he's only because sometimes he can't even get rides and stuff, and he'll just like show up, and his bench will just go. I mean, he's to where he's about a Larson press 225, and this is the same kid who's only been here for like 2.5 months. He benched like 160 his first day.
Yeah.
You know, and like he's able to kind of just like hit those heavy weights and like recover and just hit them again really hard. So for squat, he could probably do the same thing. Like his ratio would probably line up fast if he started being more consistent. It's just sometimes with the kids, the hard part is having to be consistent in order to really see what's going on.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We'll see this Saturday because there's this one kid who's going to run a 40. I'm really excited to test this 40 because he ran a 10,500 meter dash. And everybody's saying he's like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I'll keep you posted. I'll literally text you up there. This is what he got. Everyone's saying that he ran 4.4s at like at camps, maybe like on their lasers and stuff. I'm predicting worst case in the like a 4.70, best case like a 4.6 something, which is still like cooking. Like that's like really, really fast. I mean, obviously it's cooking because he ran a 10.5. Like it's not like he's not fast. But the question is just going to be like, how well does the track speed carry over? You know what I mean?
Is he a track athlete or does he play other sports?
He plays corn. He's a DB, but he also runs track. He's like real light, like 165 or 162 or something.
10.5, he could go like damn near close to a big D1 running that.
I think he has a D1 offer
for track.
No, I think for football. We'll figure it out this Saturday, but
yeah.
I really want to see what his 40 time is because like when everyone says someone runs this, I'm like, okay, well, I want to see them on the Brower or whatever. That way, I see that okay, what really is the time. Um, but that'll be, dude. You gotta test Carson's freaking 40. I want to see his
Yeah,
40.
no, we talked about that. He ran a. It's not on the Brower, but he ran a 6.44 in the fall on the
Okay.
school lasers.
Okay.
So I don't know what that is, but yeah, no, I literally was talking to him like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, bro, like you're one of the few guys where I'm like, we actually could start like taking like massive amounts of time on this because if his running form is shit, like it's only going to get faster if we actually work on it. And a lot of these other kids are like, or people that call me, they're like, hey, we want to do speed and agility. It's like, well,
Yeah.
like you're weak,
Yeah.
and so it's like we can do it, but it'll take a really advanced athlete and take some time and actually like maybe like perfecting his form and stuff like that. And he's only going to get faster, because he's already fast.
What's his point six? Or like, I know you use bands, but like, what does he hit at a point six?
Well, he did 285 today at point 0.8. So I'd imagine like around 330, 320.
So let's say
He's
three
like
twenty
185,
five, and he
right?
weighs like 185.
It's like a 4.7.
Yeah, he's like 180,
But that's
185.
with bands, right? But that's with bands.
No, we did straight weight today.
Oh,
So yeah, he did. Yeah, so it'd be around. I would bet like 320, 330
yeah. Was that with straight bar or safety bar?
straight bar.
I bet you. Yeah. Okay. So see, he's one of those kids too, though, where like I wouldn't be surprised if he beats the like quote unquote beats the ratio because I think it's anything's possible. I mean, it's I literally have seen it. People literally don't beat the ratio in the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like they literally can't. And it's those kids. It's because they just haven't sprinted in so long, and so like they run a 40. Like I mean, we had one kid run a 40 and like he's like running and like he almost like hit the laser. So it's like when they do that, I'm like, yeah, bro. Like I'm not worried about your ratio. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like we need to get you running straight. Um, but the same thing can happen the opposite way. And like I'd be interested because of all the bands that you do with them. If like he could hit, if he could get faster than that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
because his
jumped
first one was
a
so bad.
dude. He jumped a 39.3 with 30s today. It was actually one of the craziest
What
things.
the fuck?
That's ridiculous.
I got a video. I need to post it, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that's
insane.
nutty. 39 to it just goes to show like bro because like people just don't get it but like if you do just dumbbell jumps work really fucking well and like if you just do them for so long like it really we okay uh we all noticed how much weaker we were at our gym recently because we lowered the box a little bit and
Well, a
we
lot
were
of
like
it. We went
yeah
from 12 inches to like 10 and a half.
10 and a half
And
yeah
we
Yeah, that's
squished.
a big difference. We do 11.
Yeah, and we squished, dude. You seen those pictures I posted with the pad?
Yeah.
That's every day now. So those pads are like non-existent.
Yeah, well, because I was like, okay, it started because I was like, damn, like I'm really close to the ratio, but how am I not hitting it? And then I was like, Jared told me he's like he saw the picture of our pad or something on Twitter or something, and he was like, that's still not like it here, and it's hard because like it's been a long time since I like squatted there, but I do remember the day I went. I sat on the box and was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "This is like basically I just fucking throw this in the trash and just sit on the box and squat." Um, but so he was like, "You should lower the box and see what happens." And then I did that and I was like, "Holy fuck!" I was like, "I cannot like I usually would go like one plate, two plate, three plates, and I'd be in like the mid threes." And like it would go like 1 meter per second, even like 0.99, you know what I mean? It would go up, and then I hit two plates, and I'm like, holy fuck! Like I'm like at like a lower speed, and I really felt like, damn, like I cannot get this faster. Like I'm really trying to like move this shit, and it's like not going. And then the kids just got absolutely smoked. Like everybody that went on that was just cooked, but it lined up. I think what happens is this, like the 40, right? There's like your first 10 and your last 10. And you can be really fast, but it's like people who are more force dominant, they're gonna be really, really reliant on the ratio. You know what I mean? Like it's really gonna be like their rules, like their law. But guys who are like really elastic, they are not. But they still usually line up. But yeah. Anyways, it really lined us up, and we did that, and it really made us see like, holy fuck, like we're not as strong as we think we are. Just at the higher bots, you could really hit like yeah, upwards of like 1.95 to 2 times body weight at a sit, and you just be like, oh yeah, I'm just not coordinated yet. And it's like, no, like that shit's easy as fuck. Like if you lower it, it's way harder, and then you start seeing the correlation that way. But yeah, no, I 39.3 though with the 30s. That's, I mean, he probably hit a 40 in like a month with that.
Yeah, he hasn't done, or I don't know what he's been doing, honestly, but he was like, yeah, it was like a 3-inch PR or something. And then he did a 38.7 like the jump before, which was just like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
it is crazy. Like, it's honestly like absurd.
Yeah. What's
yeah.
the thought behind? Because you guys do like 15-pound dumbbell jumps, don't you?
Yeah, we did him as like a warm up like years ago, and then I was like, well, we might as well just track him. So we
Right.
just go like I let him do like the belt marches, all that, and then I'm like, hey, you can get 2 15s, just kind of like warm up, whatever. And then everyone just wanted to track him, so we just track him. It's just something else fun to
Yeah.
track, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously they're too light for like a large majority of people, but
Yeah, but that was still insane. Carson jumped what a 45 with them.
yeah, he did a 45 with them.
Yeah, and then the
What I think why I think they liked him though is because like my thing that I tell them is like you can only output as much as you're inputting, right? So like you can if you can send more energy down, then you have more to reverse.
uh,
And so they kind of have figured out like if I can throw this weight down, then I have more energy to reverse. And so I think that's why they like him for one because they're all pretty close to their body weights with him. But like I have a kid today, like he jumped to 38 body weight and he's trying to get to a 40 and he's been stuck at like a 38 for a while. And he's been gaining. He's probably gained like 20 pounds in the last year. But he literally is jumping just as high now with the 15s as he is his body weight.
yeah.
Mm.
Because I would always notice, like I would see that, and I'd be like, "Damn, what is that?" And then whenever I was trying to show kids like how to jump with dumbbells, I'm usually grabbing their dumbbells, and it's like 15s or 20s, and I would just easily rip like a 30. And I'd be like, it's almost easier to jump like with light dumbbells than it is for me to jump to like just straight up body weight sometimes.
Yeah, and I also think the timing of the jump is like, people say like sprinting's a skill, right? Like you need the coordination and timing and all that. And I think that the dumbbells as well, I don't know, for whatever reason, just make their form better, make their timing better and all that. And it's funny because we'll have kids like I had a kid in my garage, he would jump with markers in his hand and for like because he's like I need like
Yeah.
the coordination and timing felt better to him than like swinging his arms and he would jump higher with markers in his hand, acting like he had dumbbells.
Yeah,
So
I've changed my jump form. Originally, I'd like swing my arms like behind me, and it would throw me off. And now I just kind of like touch down and go.
yeah, that's one of our guys that he plays for the Mariners. He jumps like that. He doesn't even use his arms.
Yeah,
He basically just like touches the floor like some of the guys that explosive mechanics, and then he jumps. He jumps higher.
yeah, that's super interesting, dude. I will say the one thing with the sprint mechanic stuff that you brought up was when we had originally we were like parents would come in and be like, "You guys teach sprint mechanics," and we were like, "No, we're just gonna get them brutally strong, really explosive, and they'll just have like the raw speed." And people would be like, "Ah, whatever." Like we've lost people because we don't do like sprint drills and stuff.
Yeah.
But that you've seen the T Apex thing we got,
Yeah.
dude. It is ridiculous. Like tonight, one kid has literally been coming here for a month, and I think dropped his like 10 yard by like a tenth of a second, and all we did was literally. Obviously, he's gotten stronger, and the jumps went up like an
Not
inch or
even a
two.
ton though, like
Yeah,
not a whole lot.
but like just super heavy sled pull, like sled sprints on that thing, and he dropped it like 10th of a second after an entire like lift today.
Yeah, that's sick.
But that thing
Well,
has
the,
been. Go ahead.
well, my
Go
bad.
ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say the dumbbells kind of work like that though, because the sled slows you down and it forces you to finish your push. Like they still, if they're really really weak, like they still like can't really do it. But like especially the kids that are strong enough to where they have the ability to, but they're like literally not. Like they just do that like boom, short, choppy, 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 and then they start like trying to run. The sled slows them down so that they learn how to do that. And then the dumbbells trying to do the same thing with the jumping. Like you'll see a kid that just like can't really jump. You put them on dumbbells for like a cycle, and then now they're like you can see them like jumping, and you're like, oh, okay, like you're really like it producing power. Um, so yeah, I was just gonna say that's kind of how the sled works, I think.
Yeah, and plus, dude, whenever a new kid hops on the sled, Joe has an aneurysm trying to explain the thing to him, bro. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Well, cause yeah, they're like usually, and it's funny because it really just goes to show that they're just weak. Like a lot of them are just they're just freaking weak, and I'm like, I'll still let them use it, depending on how old they are. Some of them, I'm like, they might get on it for fun, but like, I'd be like, no, I won't put it in their thing because I'm just like you are so weak to where I won't even do this. But like, a lot of the kids like they're just too weak to where like, okay, people want to talk about shin angles and all this stuff, and it's like, dude, look at someone who has a really good start and then go look at it like frame by frame and look at how like close their shins are to the ground and the toe drag and all that shit. That's fucking hard to do if you're weak. Like how are you balancing on one foot and projecting your mass all the way out and then stepping? Like you can't do that when you weigh 150 and you squat 140. Like you can't do it. Like I can't be like do it, and especially without the sled.
Yeah.
Like if they're just running a 10, oh, good fucking luck for me. Imagine telling a kid slow down for your first few steps and finish your push. Instant way to have a shit 10 PR because they're just like, wait, slow down. But with the sled, there was one kid tonight, and he's the one who had the PR. Like literally, like it was to the point where I was like, oh, he's gonna run a bad miles per hour on the sled because he almost like purposefully was like, no, I'm gonna go slow and just like push, and then he got like really fast because you have to finish the push to then open up your stride and like start moving. But it's like it's just a good tool to teach for that. Just like
Yeah,
how
that's
wicked for mass velocity, but same shit.
that's why I don't tell. Like that's why I don't do it because I mean, honestly, a large majority of these kids that come for the first time, like they're just weak. So it's like, yeah, we can do
Yeah.
sprint drills. I mean, you're gonna get faster if but what margin are you gonna get faster? Are you gonna get faster if you get stronger, or are you gonna get more faster if you just get stronger, or if you do the drills, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I told Carson, I was like, bro, you're at a level where we can actually like work on this because it's actually going to be useful. And then on the flip side, it's not. But like when you talk about it ain't like when you talk about like using external loads to like clean up patterns and stuff, right? Like that's what, in my opinion, that's what the Kaiser's really good about. It's just you're rotating against a load, but you're using an external load to clean up patterns. And when you talk about like self-organization within the body, like that's gonna clean it up. Weighted bats, like the heavy bat, is to help clean up your mechanics sequencing when you do stuff like that. And I think people think like, oh, weighted bats, I'm getting stronger when I'm swinging them. It's like, no, you're not. You're not getting stronger while you swing them. It's helping you learn how to sequence more efficiently because your body is going to figure it out because it has something that's too heavy for it.
Dude, and
exactly.
with the weighted bats, like I think the people will say, I've heard a ton of people say, especially like people who run facilities say like weighted bats is like strength training for your swing, and it's like, dude, no, it's not. If you just do weighted bats, like yeah, you'll get like that first month you'll definitely hit PRs, but like it will stagnate if you do not continue to like actually get stronger in the gym.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people just do it wrong. Like you see people doing sets of 10 on weighted bats. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like go run 10 sprints in a row. You're gonna get slower. Why are you swinging 10 set? Why are you doing a set of 10 with a heavy bat? It's not max effort. where all we're trying to do is raise the output. We're not trying to get you to condition yourself to swing.
Yeah, dude. And when I was going, I think it was last summer when I was trying to hit 100 off the tee. Like my sessions off the tee would literally be like 5 swings, and I'd sit there for like 3 or 4 minutes and not do anything, and then go again and just
Yeah.
rip them like that.
Yeah, when we did the stuff with the softball girls, it was the same stuff that I did with myself. Is you do 3 sets of 5, and the set of 5 would be obviously like overload, underload, normal,
Yep.
and then take a break. But what we would do with them is we do a set of 5, you go flip, and then 4 girls would hit, and then you go back, right, and then it's like you get probably 5 minutes between sets, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the industry's so caught up on conditioning sometimes, even if they don't even think it's conditioning, but like, want to see you get exhausted to be better. It's like, it's not.
Dude, it's kind of funny when we have people come in for the first time. When they do their jumps, it's like jump, rest a minute, jump, rest a minute. So like it kind of flows pretty well because other people are jumping. And then we get to bench, and I'm like, all right, you finish warming up. You're gonna sit here for 5 minutes. And it's just like mad awkward because they've never lifted like that in their life.
Why they're so weak. I really think that's a huge reason why they're so weak at these schools. It's just like they just are not, and some of them might not be able to do whatever, but like they just do not let the kids rest. Just like I see it because of the kids. Just they'll be like, oh well, it's school, and I'm like, well, no, it's not how it works.
It's the football culture
Oh,
of
yeah.
like just go, 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 and
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's just like they're trying to fit so much in a 45-hour-minute window,
Yep.
and it's
Yeah.
just like pick a compound and do some accessories.
Yeah.
Pick one.
yeah.
Don't do like these kids at the high school. They do power clean, bench, and squat all in a session. Dude, how are you doing this?
And they do they tell us the workouts that I hear. I'm just like, how did this is stuff that I would have come up with when I was like a junior in high school, like senior, like just like being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody. It's like how, yeah, I no idea, man. It's
Just their
crazy.
warm ups alone. They'll come in and they'll say, our warm up today was 10 reps at 75%, and then 8 reps at like 80%. And I'm just like, dude, I can't remember the last time I've done over 4 or 5 reps as a warm up. And you guys are hitting that with 75% of your max.
Yeah. It's crazy. It really goes to show how untapped like potential from we're talking the NFL down to high school, but like specifically like SEC or not SEC, but like college, NCAA, all the way to the NFL or and MLB, NBA, all of it. Like we don't know what players are really capable of because skill wise we do. Like skill wise is pretty good. Like there's a lot of uniform. Like okay, this is what you do for this or whatever. But like strength and conditioning is like it's so all over the place. Like you go one place to like do this, another place do that, and like we have to just work around with the bullshit they do in high school, and we still get them better. It's like I get pissed off. I'm like these freaking high school coaches, dude. They get these kids fresh, like come in, they don't have to worry about any kids quitting or being like, oh, I can't come in today. It's like no, they have to come in that day, and then they get them fresh. It's like, and you're still not able to even increase their bench mass in like 3 months, like that. That's wild, or like they can't. It's just the stuff they do, like running, like at this one place, they run. I won't say a name. Just last time I got persecuted for that. I didn't even say a name last time, but we're not getting into that. But it's like, yeah, they do like a combine every Friday, like a 40-yard dash, 5'10", broad, all this stuff. I'm like, why are you doing that? And then they just like don't even. Oh, and then don't get me started. I had one of the kids from there. James already knows exactly what I'm gonna say. Comes in, he's like, yeah, I tested vertical. I'm like, yeah, I bet you have a good broad. He's like, oh yeah, I do. I'm like, what's your broad? He's like 12.6. I'm like,
12.6.
yeah. I'm like, well, probably not. And I'm like trying to be nice about it, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
12.6.
yeah, I'm trying to not like laugh in his
Dude, but
face.
he was
like,
dead serious. Like
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I don't wanna be like a dick because I want him to sign up and like he's a good kid and he is athletic. It's not like he's not athletic, but I'm just like, bro, like if you jump a 12.6, like you have the world record, buddy. Like you are fucking set. And so I think I told him, I was like, no, I'm like, I don't know about the 12 cents because I mean that's like the world record. He's like, you can call my coach, and I'm like, well, like I don't want to go down that because it's like I don't want to get on the phone with your coach and be like, hey, you're kind of like an idiot because it's like, how are you measuring this? So I'm like, well, I told him, I'm like, okay, well, let's just test it here,
I think you
right?
jumped
I'm
like a
like,
9
even if we don't get a PR, it'll be like, fucking close. Like your bad day should be like a 10 or a 11 flat, and that's really fucking generous, right? He jumps like a 9.5. I'm like, dude, probably the reason he didn't sign up on it was because of that shit. But I'm just like, and then now two other kids or one other kid from their same shit. He's like, I jump this. I'm like, all right, because I have the OVR broad jump map now. And that day I had it out. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's see what you get. It's like not even close. And I'm just like, dude, how are you guys testing your fucking rods over there? Like, what the fuck are they doing? How are you that far off a 12.6? Like that's like multiple feet we're talking about. It's not like, oh, I jump like I say I jump a 10, but it's a 9.6. So I'm measuring my toes. So you're talking about just who knows, bro? But that's what we're dealing with. That's the kind of coaching we're dealing with, you know.
12-6, you tell them to go run track and go to 4 ride to like USC or something.
Yeah, it'd be like, why don't you just,
Join the Olympics.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are you training with us, bro? Same thing with kids with jump PRs. It'd be like, bro, I'm regressing. I'm like, well, you jump at 35. I'm like, if you PR every session, you probably just quit here in about a month and a half because you just fucking you have the world record. Like, why would you even come to start your own Moses strength? Like, what did you jump a 51? Like, it's just nowadays. Look, there's no way that it used to be like this back when we were like in high school. Like, I know kids are kids and we were all kids one day, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't know what it is nowadays, but I'm just like the instant gratification sometimes is just overwhelming. I'm like, guys, like we need to put time into this. Like you can't just have a PR on everything from bench press reps to this to that every single session. Like it's not gonna happen. Like it's not like, oh, we can't do that for you, but this place down the street, you go over there. It's like, bro, nobody does that. Like it's impossible. Like you can't do that. But they just don't get it sometimes.
Yeah, I had a new kid. He's been working out with Carson. He's Carson's buddy, and he's like jumped to 30, and he's up like I don't know, like maybe 2 inches, 3 inches. And I'm like, he's like mad. I'm like, why are you mad? He's like, bro, it's not good enough. I'm like, dude, you're like you
Yeah.
can't even drive here yet, dude.
Yeah.
Why are you?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's just like anything. Like you just be consistent for 4 years, and you'll jump. I mean, you're probably not gonna jump that high, but like you'll be good.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Like
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
I had a kid. He started coming to me like when I probably first opened the gym, and he came in and literally jumped a 15.5, and now his PR is like a 24, and his bad day now will be like he'll probably sit 21, 22, and he'll be like, I'm washed. That's their favorite line.
I know, they always say that
They'll
shit.
just be like, I'm washed, and I'm like, dude, you understand that like you jumped a 15.5. Now you don't jump a single thing under 20, and it's only been like 5 months. Like that is not bad at all.
yeah, that's when you got to walk up to him and do what Law would do, and he'd walk up to him like, "Yeah, you're really washed. You probably need to try harder," and just walk away and make him feel like shit.
Sometimes it's needed.
Dude, I think
Sometimes.
the crazy bro, I'm sure you've had this. People say like your jump numbers are fake.
Oh yeah,
Dude, it's gotten to the point though that like kids will jump out on OVRs at school, and they'll be like, no, the jump mat's fake, like it's literally this much higher than the OVRs. And I'll tell, like, a kid will walk in and I'll ask him, what's your OVR jump? And he'll tell me, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna jump this today on this jump mat. And then they literally hit that, and I'm like, okay, you understand that it literally measures something differently, but it's the same exact jump.
But they don't though. Like
Yeah,
I
they
guarantee
don't.
you they can't like the wheels are not turning. Right, they're just their brain is filled with brain rot.
Yeah. Dude, and I've heard multiple times that we use like fake weights at our gym now.
I'll take that one. I like that they're saying that. And they
yeah.
say
Same
burritos
with the
on
bands.
steroids. Really?
Yeah, that's why I got a fish scale to weigh them because people were saying they were fake, and then yeah, the rumor around town is I sell kids steroids, like you just said. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the best compliment ever.
Yeah, that stuff is great because it's like, all right, like I know that's not true.
Joe,
Um,
you know Bert?
yeah,
Bird, yeah.
No, this kid.
yeah,
No,
no, not bird, not bird.
this
Polar. Hey,
no,
hold up.
complete
Talk about
opposite,
like polar opposites of a human, bro.
bro. This kid,
Like opposite, like yin
yeah,
and yang.
like
Like
no
fucking.
hate to this kid at all either. Like he's super sick, like comes in, does all the work, but he probably came to us. He just lifts. Like he doesn't care about anything else. And to the point where like he only benches. He's just a regular kid who refuses to squat and only wants to bench. And he like started at like 125, I think, maybe 130. Now he's up to I think he's doing like 175 on Larson press for reps. So like was probably pretty close
Yeah.
to 200 on regular bench. Dude, and kids were saying like there's no way you gain that much on your bench. Like you've got it like they have to have something in the water or something like it's I'm like, dude, no, you guys just have bro, this is coming from a school where a kid came to my as a freshman, he benched 175 and then in that high school's program, his junior year, he was benching 165. Like you guys just have no idea what a good program looks like.
And mind you, this same school, there was a dude on Twitter who got on the phone with me and told me that that school is doing the exact same thing we do, and that we should just work around, like work together. And I was like, bro, sorry, but I think I'm gonna believe like the every fucking kid that comes to my gym and says that they suck. Like, why would I believe? You know what I mean? Like, shit doesn't make any sense. But that's high school coaches for you. Yeah.
Yo,
Really.
you're going to pick up the it's the Kaiser squats. Is that what it is? Or what's the thing called?
Yeah, yeah. I've been wanting some for like 4 years. I check Facebook like every
The
day.
Kaiser squat?
Finally found some.
With which one?
Like you see the ones that the like combine guys use, where you like get in at like a super cat, and it's just like it looks exactly like a super cat.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Facebook Marketplace? Who the fuck is selling that on Facebook
Joe,
Marketplace?
let me just
Dude,
tell you.
I've bought
Yeah.
so like I bought a Kaiser runner on Facebook for $500 and flipped it for $4,000.
Why
That's
would they
insane.
even have that though? Like who?
Dude, it's
Dude,
Texas.
I'm telling you, Marketplace is the absolute best. I've saved so much money.
Dude, when I was in like lived right near Charlotte, like basically where I got everything, dude, I'd go on Facebook Marketplace and it would be like there's too much stuff to go through. That's where I found the back attack. It was up in Raleigh. But in Alabama, dude, it's like nobody knows what a gym is. There's nothing on Facebook Marketplace until you go to like Roswell, Georgia or something. Like it's actually ridiculous.
That is crazy. Jacob, what are you like? How are you planning on using the Kaiser squat?
Well, so I want to do some like split squat, reverse lunge type stuff in the super cat, but you can't really do it. And so I'll plan on using it for like that stuff. We've been like playing around with like certain squat depths, kind of like for the jumps. Because I've noticed on the force plates, some of the kids, it's very like it's not consistent, but on the force plates, if you take a kid and you drop his like counter movement depth by like in like half, his force output will go really high. And then sometimes, like we have a kid, he jumps at 21 on the plates, full depth, but his force is like 5,300.
Yeah.
He'll go and do like if his like say his counter movement depth's like 18, he'll go and do like an 8. I don't know if it's in inches. Yeah, 8-inch counter movement depth jump. He'll still jump around at 20, so he doesn't really lose that much jump height at all. But his force will go up to like 7,500.
Yeah, so it measures impulse.
You're talking about like basically how much knee bend they have when they go down.
Yeah. So we've been doing some stuff on the super cats where we'll do like quarter squat drops, and they'll jump back up on it. And like that's actually worked for one of our pro pitchers. That has helped a lot. And then the other kid named Micah, we've been doing that with him, and that's been helping too. But honestly, man, like just like a good marketing piece. Like I hate being like that, but
Gotta
No,
all
do it.
these kids,
You
like
gotta do it.
you know, like the Kaisers, I think are super valuable. The ones that we have,
Yeah.
I think they're really valuable, but it's also a great marketing piece. And again, like the Kaiser squats, like I think just a really really good marketing piece. I think there's definitely like a lot of value to it, but I also don't think they're necessary at all.
yeah.
But
Have you
found a
ever?
good
Sorry, I was gonna say, have you ever heard of TPV?
TPV.
Yeah.
No.
It's on the like a Tendo.
Well, yeah, they have it on OVR
Oh,
things.
oh, like the
Time to
peak
peak
velocity.
velocity. Yeah, it was time to peak
Oh yeah, the
velocity.
new
Yeah.
update. Yeah.
Yeah. You should at some point play around with that with the Kaiser because I know I have an old coworker. That guy, he would do a bunch of shit with that, but he's 60 meter time. He ran a really fast 60 meter time. I don't want to say what it is, so I'm gonna get it wrong, and I'm either gonna make it sound slower or like too fast or be believable. It was really really good, and then but he jumped like a I think he jumped a 46, and then I know he jumped like a 41 or a 42 with his hands on hips. And
Jeez.
he would do like they had a Kaiser and they would do like you ever seen where people are like it almost looks like he doesn't do anything, but they're going like up and down really fast?
Yeah, they call it like rate coding. Some people call it rate coding.
Yeah, because like you can load that thing, or you don't even have to do it like that, but like you can load that thing up to where you're getting um like 600 pounds of force down, and then you can have it to where it's like 200 pounds up. And so you're just like getting shot down. And basically the whole idea is that like you have like concentric rate of force development, right? And then so that's like going up. But then the missing piece would be like eccentric rate of force development, and that like the Kaiser is actually kind of like the only way to train that. Like, not it's not that's not true. There's other ways, but like it's like the only way to build a capacity for it because like box squats, dumbbell jumps, that all builds the capacity for concentric rate of force development. But Kaiser builds the capacity. Like if you go to Kaiser.com, it's all about eccentric. Like they will say like, oh, eccentric's the missing piece because everyone does eccentric overloads. Like they do like those slow front squat eccentrics, but there's no way to really do speed eccentrics unless you use bands. But then with bands, it can the tension can be different. But Kaiser, you can load it up like okay, going 600 pounds down, 300 pounds up, and then you can monitor like their TPV or their EAI, which is like their elastic acceleration index, which is like how well they reverse out of the bottom. And dude, that shit like they can do there's some pretty freaky stuff with that because it's kind of like just the whole other half of the equation. Like you just have like this one half that's like concentric, which I agree. Like you can go pro with just that half. You can go all the way, you could be one of the best. But there is that other half that's kind of like not trained, and it's not really anybody's fault because you like sprinting trains it, approach verticals, it all trains it, but like it doesn't. That's just expressing how do you build the capacity to be really good with that, and Kaiser does that. So, yeah, I think if you have that thing, even just using it however you're gonna use it, like I think you're gonna see some
Well,
pretty crazy
I'll
stuff.
be interested to see how well the braking improves as
Yeah.
well
Oh,
because
it will.
yeah, it's gonna like for sure because
Yeah.
you can do like the drops where people do they drop down and then
Yeah.
they go back up. Which I mean that's kind of like what I think is probably like super useful.
Oh, 100%.
So because I
Yeah,
mean
because
we
I mean,
do
how else are you doing that? Just with like depth drops, kind of.
exactly, yeah, we're just doing depth drops and you could do like banded depth drops, but that now you're just like, all right, now you gotta spend all this time setting it up and have
Yeah,
kids pull the
exactly.
bands back up and all this stuff.
Yeah,
So
you're gonna see some pretty crazy results with that thing. I bet.
yeah, I'm excited. It'll be cool.
Yeah, I know like how you said the braking. I mean, that's the whole thing because braking is like eccentric rate of force development is how well I can fucking brake. It sounds weird because you're like brake. I wouldn't want to stop, but yeah, you do. If you think about like a one like a 1 foot approach jump. Like that is like, or even an approach jump really, but especially 1 foot even more. It's like how well can I sprint really fast and then stop sprinting and then on the like super fast just jump. And that takes like crazy amounts of braking capacity. And like you said, like depth drops build that. But Kaiser builds the actual like strength behind that. Like you can get really strong with Kaiser in braking, and then you go to do. It's kind of like if I get really strong with the bot squat, and then I go run a 10 yard dash. Like you're building capacity to do that. That's where like I don't know how well it would help with that shit, and that's why a lot of West Side guys and Conjure guys don't like it because it's like. And I agree with them. Like it might not really do anything for like someone's 10, but for other stuff, it definitely can help.
Yeah, and something interesting is like my force plate jump, I jump like a 20 and a half, and my peak power, I guess per body weight is pretty good. It's like 5,700, but my braking is like 5K. My braking is terrible. And I think one of the
Yeah.
reasons why is because I haven't played sports in 5 years. So I haven't been like sprinting or doing anything like that. Um, and so I kind of want to try that on myself too, because my braking is like it's atrocious compared to like everyone else. So I'll probably try to
Yeah.
play with that myself and see how I can get it up. But when you
What?
like when they put out studies on like throwing velocity, obviously they're looking at peak power and all that stuff. But they're like one of the studies I read was talking about how like eccentric rate of force development or like braking rate of force development, whatever, has a higher indication to like fastball velocity than just like peak power alone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like no one trains it. So it's definitely an untrained thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if it has like okay, for example, like that coworker I was talking about, like he didn't do anything. He did a really good like study on himself with that where like he me and James were talking about that earlier about studying like actually like testing shit. But anyways, he did that and he just did that and like everything improved like massively. And it's not exponential. It's not like you can just keep doing it. Like at some point you run into a wall and it's like, oh, you need more concentric. But like that's where like well, and that's where plates will tell you that, right? Because it'll give you a profile of like, oh, you need this or you need that. The problem is, people are just super dumb with plates and they just look at jump height and it's like, bro, that's like not even what you should be really like. That's not the big thing on that. But
Yeah,
anyways,
it's like almost the least important thing on the plates.
yeah,
Like it's cool, but
they're like, yeah, put them on some plates. I'm like, why? Like, why would I do that? Like, I would do that for other reasons, but like not for his jump height. Like, what? I could come up with something that's even more strict. How about this? How about I just have everyone hold a fucking sticky note and jump up and touch on the wall? And I go, look, this is the most strict. Put him on the sticky note. See what he gets. It's like, fucking yeah. People are dumb, but um, no, yeah, you're definitely gonna see some results with that. The pitching, the throwing velocity thing you said, that's interesting. Um, that is really interesting. Now that I think about it, with eccentric rate of force development tying into that, but I mean, concentric eccentric is everything, and so there's an eccentric part to everything, and it's like if you don't train it, it doesn't get trained, and so like it's just hard to train it. That's the thing. It's like without something like Kaiser, it really becomes where it's like, how am I gonna fucking do this? How am I gonna train? You ever heard of that guy Rolf Ullman? You ever heard of that name?
no.
Okay, yeah, he's really into that kind of. He actually, I think he or him or you ever heard of like Randy Huntington?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Well, like they're like Kaiser reps. Well, they do other stuff, but they're also like on the board for Kaiser. But they're really into Kaiser. Like a lot of sprinters are into Kaiser. It's big in the sprint in the track world.
Well,
Um,
Chris Martin talks about, like the LSU guy talks about how they got the Kaisers simply because it doesn't beat them up as bad, like especially their pitchers.
yeah,
So that like that's also a cool part of it, I guess, is you don't really
yeah,
get
because you don't load your spine,
yeah
so
you
it's
don't get
like
the
you're
wear and tear.
yeah, but you're then getting benefits. It's just yeah, I don't know. I think you're gonna be good with it because like I don't know, some people just it's weird. It's one of those things where it's like some people they just get it and some people don't. Like I see some people with Kaiser and it's like they're just not getting much done. And I'm just like, how do you have this thing and you're not it's kind of like the T Apex. Like there's people who have that, but it's like I'm like, why are you doing that? Like that does not look like something you should do with that thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how it seems to me. So hopefully you have some good results with it.
Yeah.
All right, I think we got like 5 minutes before it ends. Let me think. Yo, we'll try. Like, if we can, I'm going to North Carolina to coach. I leave on the 24th. So, if you got like, if during the day works better for you, Jacob, like we could rip these during the day.
Yeah. Up until about like May 20th, I can do one during
So
the
James
day.
is doing.
What do you have after that? Oh, you're
Yeah.
coaching.
What?
You coaching too?
Well, I have 2 college summer teams that I run.
That's what I thought.
So I
Yeah.
coach one, but yeah, the kids don't get out of school till like May 20th, so I'm free in the mornings. But once that starts, then we run it from like 8 to 2, and then I go coach um, from like 2 to like 10 on Mondays and Tuesdays. So
Damn. All right. Well, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll make it work. It's just not. Everyone's schedule's so busy. Like I was literally like, I remember I tested Jacob earlier in the week. I'm like, oh yeah, like we'll go during the day. Like we're about to rip like 2 podcasts. It's like my wife and everything left for like Mother's Day and everything back to Washington. And then I'm like, bro, this whole week went by so fast, and I didn't get any of that shit done. Everything else I was doing, dude. It's like
I
as
know
soon
it's
as like
like
I'll be like, oh okay, I'm gonna get this done, and then net tomorrow is, and then I'm like, how the fuck did I not? I don't know. Busy.
it's just like an endless to-do list. I swear.
Yeah, yeah, it is. There's so much, so many kids, so much stuff. Then there's like social media definitely makes it like that adds like a whole nother thing. Because
Yeah.
if it was just the gym, you could just like you close up, you're done. You're like that's it. But it's like then you got like social media, and then you got that, and then all these idiots in the comments. It's like oh my god.
Yeah, y'all went viral.
Dude, that video.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like one of our videos got like it's at like 3.8 million views. Like it's probably coming up on like 100,000 likes, and it's literally just a kid hitting a 40.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know people, but we already that's a beating a dead horse. People are just dumb, but. Yeah, but to what Jay said, I did not expect that one to be well, because what's crazy is there's another kid in the gym who jumped a 44.
Yeah, that one.
But that one didn't really do too crazy. But it's just that's what I'm saying. It's just like not like I don't even almost like it's really weird. Just like certain shit will just blow up and then other shit will not. And it's really weird like how that all works. I don't know what kind of experience you've had with that.
No, I took y'all's idea and put a caption under the video. Carson jumping with the 50s. That was like on the screen, and I was like, Carson, this is gonna go viral, and it got like 50,000 views.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I just put like 31 with 50s, and then people in the comments like, oh, that's sick, but he bent his knees. I was like, yeah, it's working.
Dude, do you have you ever seen trial reels?
Yeah, I've tried it. My buddy told me to try it, and it did terrible for me. So I'll try it again. But
dude, just what I do sometimes, I think it's gonna cap us out in like 2 minutes. But what I do is like I'll throw like 15 jump videos in trial reels, and then just let them sit there for like 2 days, and then just like post them to everybody like one at a time. Because if you just let them sit there, one of them will jump, dude. Like every time I do it, the videos just go stupid.
yeah, my buddy did that. He had got like 5,000 followers in a month. He's like, you have to try trial. I did it one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that didn't work.
Yeah, I would just throw like everything in there that you want to post, and then even if it doesn't do well, just move it to the main page, and it'll like go to all your followers and everything. But all right, dude, it was good to catch up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all as well.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
All right,
man.
See ya.
See you guys.
See you.